So as we move toward the close, I would like to introduce our final speaker, Robert Watt, who lives in Warwick and has practiced law in Providence for the past 44 years. He is a member of the Providence Monthly Meeting, the Quakers, of Pax Christi, Rhode Island, the Friends Committee on National Legislation, Rhode Island Advocacy Team, the Alternatives to Violence Project, and Veterans for Peace.
Thank you, Jonathan. Senator Mack and Representative Morales, I sincerely thank you for having the guts to put these two resolutions in to our General Assembly. I believe that these resolutions may be the most important legislative acts ever to come before our General Assembly. I looked around in the library a little bit earlier and I was reminded that in 1663, this General Assembly was started. The King of England let us have a General Assembly. And in 1664, one of its first legislative acts talking about historical events was that they decided on a motto, a state motto, and they decided on a state flag. And what is the state motto? And what is the state emblem? An anchor. And you know where that came from. You go all the way back to Hebrew, and in Hebrews 6 it says, I don't have this memorized, but in Hebrews it says that, verses 18 and 19, hope we have as an anchor to the soul. And that's what these resolutions are about. They're about the soul, about humanity, about whether we as creatures with our big brains can use enough of that gray matter to figure out we're either going to get rid of nuclear weapons or they're going to get rid of us. That's how clear this is. So what is it all about? Read the House resolution. Read the litany of important facts that is stated in that. One of my most searing memories from thinking about Hiroshima is that when those Japanese guards were looking up when the bomb went off in Hiroshima, it was enough to melt their eyeballs that dripped down their cheeks. And people that were a little bit closer, they disintegrated instantly, leaving their shadows of their bodies on nearby rocks and other structures. So that's what we get with 15 kilotons. What we've got now with these bombs is 10, 15, 20, 30 times as big. It won't take more than one or two to create a nuclear winter, which will kill billions over time, and maybe millions immediately. And how do you want to die? Writhing with nuclear radiation, destroying the very innards of your atomic structure inside your body. I don't want my kids to die that way. I don't want my grandchildren or your grandchildren to die that way. So read the resolution. So is there hope for history when the future is doubtful? Is there hope for humanity? Why do you think that former Secretaries of State of the United States, Colin Powell, a military guy, George Shultz, Henry Kissinger, why did they all call at the end of their careers for the elimination of nuclear weapons? Well, I think I can give you an answer why. Right here in South Providence, we had a young man back in the 1930s, and his name was Bernie O'Keefe, Irish-American man. He wrote a book, having been present at the development of the bomb in New Mexico, having been present on Tinian Island as they loaded up the Enola Gay with the atomic bomb. And he was present all during the dropping of the bombs and the Cold War that fell on us afterwards. Well, he wrote a book called Nuclear Hostages. And here's how he ended it. We, the citizens, must realize that we are held in mutual bondage, hostages to the nuclear threat. We are not superpowers. We are super pawns. We have time until the end of the world. General Bradley, one of the heroes of the Second World War, said, "Ours is a world of nuclear giants and ethical infants. We know more about war than we know about peace, more about killing than we know about living. We have grasped the mystery of the atom, but we have rejected the Sermon on the Mount." Now, what's a military guy talking about by referencing the Sermon on the Mount? Well, Beatitude 7 says, "Blessed are the peacemakers." So at the get-go, blessed are the peacemakers. This General Assembly has a responsibility and an opportunity with these resolutions to offer hope to history, hope to humanity. Thank you.
Chilling and wise words. Thank you, Robert. So as we conclude, I just want to thank everybody who's in attendance, all of our speakers, to give you a status of where we are in the process. They're basically, with the House and the Senate both having these pieces of legislation move through it, there's 4 hearings. So we've had one of the hearings at this point, and over the coming month, we will have the other 3 hearings. So keep looking through your networks for information about this. Everybody can attend to speak. We will have instructions how to communicate out to the committees with whatever your thoughts are, working off of a lot of these ideas and themes that have been brought here today. So again, so appreciative of Representative Morales and Senator Mack and the other legislators who have been able to join us and the growing coalition. Thank you.